Hey, everybody, what's new? What's up? What's going on? Well, if you're like me, you dealt with the time change. I hope you're dealing with the time change okay. Fall isn't so bad, right? Just get up an hour later. I think I really took advantage of my extra hour of sleep yesterday, and I think I'm almost doing all right today, too. For those of you who didn't have a time change, well, you probably didn't have one because you don't want one. So, the guys out in Arizona, I know they voted not to have one. I think is it Indiana that also voted not to have, at least in a portion of their state, excuse me, not to have time change. Well, anyway, what's new? Over the weekend, my wife and I watched a movie called The Holiday, which had Jack Black, Jude Law, uh, Kate Winslet, and that something about Mary girl, who I can't remember her name right now. But four big stars in a Christmas movie that was maybe about one tier above a Hallmark movie. Came out in 2006, so they're all younger, not quite as big as stars as they all eventually became. And it was all right. And that is kind of the what we strive for at this part of the season is, can we find a new Christmas movie? Hallmark comes out with something like 100 plus new Christmas movies every year because people all want to consume new content. A few of us will go back and watch It's a Wonderful Life and The Sound of Music. And then most of us will go back and watch those, but then still always be looking for something new, even though all those new things typically are nothing but rehashes of the old things, the same old themes, the same ideas, nothing really truly innovative. And when something truly innovative does appear, then it becomes pretty popular. I remember when Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movies came out back in the late 90s. Those were fairly innovative and they became really popular. Last night, I was watching a seminar done by a speaker coach, very famous, someone I've followed for over 20 years. And I found myself thinking, wow, I've heard every single story. I've heard every single tactic and strategy and thought and idea that she's putting across tonight. And it kind of made me jaded. It was kind of like, why am I listening to this? Why am I spending my time? And we can't ask ourselves that. Do we need to spend our time rehashing old ideas? Or we can look at it from another perspective. The friend that I IM'd in the middle of the seminar, I was just saying, hey, it's clear I've been listening to this person for so long. And he replied that, yeah, but I'm still getting gems out of it. I'm still getting reminded of things that are important. And he's right. I've said that before. I've used that as a reminder to myself in the past. And for some reason last night I just wasn't there. And I think we can go back and forth on that sometimes, depending on what mood we're in. But I think in general, we do as human beings always spend a lot of energy looking for something that's new, something fresh, something to re inspire us, something to give us a different idea. Problem is, they aren't always the better ideas. Something new isn't always where we should go. Something new could crash and burn. Does that mean not to try it? Not to keep searching? It more means don't dismiss what's always worked in the past. Don't dismiss what you've learned in the past. Be willing to go back and remind yourself, maybe review material you've reviewed many times in the past. You might find something new even in what's old. I know I feel like I'm talking in circles a little bit, I guess the real thing here, as I try to conclude for you, is that you can find value pretty much everywhere if you look for it, and if you choose to keep an attitude of discovery, an attitude of learning, but don't necessarily need to spend your entire life trying to find that next big thing. Because spending your life trying to find that next great movie, the next wonderful book, the next guru to teach you what you want to be doing before you actually do it, can stunt your growth. It can halt your progress. It can make you feel like you just don't know enough when you probably have seen enough Christmas movies by now. You've probably read enough speaking books by now. You've probably gone to enough sales seminars by now. Just go out, take advantage of the information, and do something with it. That's all I got today. I don't know if I said anything that made any sense. Helped me work through it, though. So, hey, there's that. Go out, have a win anyway day. We'll see you tomorrow.